So I've done a few different videos on Phineas and Ferb now, and in the no context video, I got little glimpses into DOOFENSHMIRTZ and his whole story. I feel like I picked up on the vibe of that pretty quickly, but the comment section was just filled with people saying how deep and sad his backstory was. So it's that time, y'all. We're gonna watch a video that's all about DOOFENSHMIRTZ's backstory. I am ready to feel some emotions.
It all began on the day of my actual birth. Both of my parents failed to show up. By the age of 5, I was forced to throw my own surprise.
Both of my parents failed to show up. How did his mum, like, deliver a baby remotely? Just teleport him out of the womb?
The cheesiest place in all of Drusselstein. Many of my closest friends were there. Count Wolfgang.
Yo, that's so sad. So... Oh my god. Hello, Poison. Oh, you loser. Oh my god. As though that worker didn't see he was clearly sitting alone. Hey yo, my man's so lonely that his only friends are the FNAF animatronics.
Kid, lock up when you're done, okay?
But one should never walk the paths of Drusselstein with uncovered Dunkelberry cake, lest the Dunkelberry bats swarm.
Why was he walking with the cake? I mean, I guess he's probably not gonna eat that whole cake to himself in one sitting. But where was he even going? Was that he was in like a cave. So the first bit of lore I've been slapped with is that somehow his mother wasn't present when he was birthed. He had to host his own birthday party with terrifying animatronics and fleas? Or cockroaches, whatever they were, and got swarmed by bats that would try to take his cake. Did they attack him too? What a lovely glowing childhood.
A bully named Boris, who always wore big black boots. They called him Big Black Boots Boris, the bully. He was always kicking sand in my face.
Oh my god.
I was in the sandbox.
Bro, why is he so huge? Big Black Boots Boris be an absolute unit. That's not even a grown man, that's a grown ass giant bullying a child. Okay, so he is literally just friends with like cockroaches.
There were only two things that made my miserable childhood bearable. My giant pet cockroach, Hoarfrost, and garlic ice cream. I loved these two things so much, I wondered if combining them would...
I never wanted to hear the garlic ice cream. Look, I'll be real and I'ma say something that might get me cancelled. Half of y'all might unsubscribe from me after I say this, but mint ice cream is gross. I can barely even tolerate that as a concept, but that doesn't hold a candle to garlic ice cream. And that looks like garlic chocolate ice cream. He said combining cockroach and garlic ice cream? What does that mean? Was he saying he was gonna kill his pet cockroach to make garlic cockroach ice cream? I'm good not thinking about that.
To the science fair with my very first Innator. I wasn't very clever with names yet. It was just, you know, Innator. Just as I was about to demonstrate my invention to the judges, a kid with a baking soda volcano stole the show.
I refuse to believe that people would be so distracted by that they would ignore what seemed to be a giant weapon made by a child, even if they were just concerned by it.
It wasn't so much of a pool as it was just a, well, let's just say it only had water in it on alternating Thursdays and leave it at that.
Oh, no.
Jumping from the high dive was an important rite of passage. Are you a man or a schnitzel? I'm a man.
A schnitzel?
Das Kind ist ein Schnitzel. With all those people looking and laughing at me, I just couldn't do it. Ich habe keinen Sohn. After that, my father and I became increasingly distant.
Oh my god. I thought the dude that was yelling at him to get up there was just a random guy. That was his dad? What kind of weird place were they living in where like a child not diving from a high dive was so shameful they needed to wear paper bags on their head? That's just a kid being a kid. I probably wouldn't dive from that high dive, especially not into not water, unless it was an alternating Thursday.
My father came home with a brand new Spitzenhound puppy that he won in a game of Pokeguzen with a stick.
What is that thing?
My father said the dog was like the son he never had, and named him Only Son.
Wow.
Became an award.
I feel so bad for laughing, but he was literally replaced by a dog that was called Only Son. God, so depressing.
And our beloved lawn gnome was repossessed. Who would protect our Zatzenfruit garden from witches' spells and wood trolls?
Why did the gnomes protect the garden? Actually, I think that's the folklore. I just realized I'm out here like, what kind of silly thing is it that the gnomes will protect? Wait, hold on, that's where they came from. Are they gonna turn him into a gnome? That's, oh my god. Why do his ears have the same shape as his head? That's weird.
While the other children played Kick the Stolper and ate
Oh my god, they're literally just making him stand there the whole time.
flowers. All through the cold night, as the Spitzenhound howled, my only companion was the moon.
What the hell, guys? We're just seeing straight up intricate child abuse on the screen. Why does it feel like it's not being presented so seriously?
When I was a boy, the smell of pork emanating from me was...
I got very distracted by that because I did not like the way his nose moved. So wiggly.
The smell of pork emanating from me was so bad.
Oh, he smells like pork.
Well, the reason's unimportant. It was part of a different emotionally scarring backstory. I'm not getting into it. Regardless.
We're not gonna get an explanation as to why he smelled like pork?
Basically, my parents disowned me. I was being raised by ocelots. The point is, I had to
Okay.
get a carnival, but the only work was...
Is that something that sticks, that he was just raised by ocelots after a certain age? I feel like I need more clarity about that. Do the parents come back, or is it just, okay, from age 7 or whatever, have fun with the ocelots?
Not as the guy who got dunked, though. I was what they threw to dunk him, which is, again, a whole other backstory. Okay, look at it. Long backstory short.
How? Okay, I can see awful abusive parents, right? But how does everyone in this community seem to just be fine with piling various forms of awful abuse onto this child? Like, what community on earth would be like, yeah, cool. So we gotta use this little dunking board, right? Let's throw a small kid. I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, f***ing hate this. Whatever's going on there can just cease, please.
He became my best friend.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
Yada, yada, yada. Then one tragic day when I was protecting
popped.
my garden as a lawn gnome, whatever, you remember that backstory. Balloony started floating away.
Oh.
I tried to reach out and grab him, but... And I never saw Balloony again.
Good god. Oh my lord. I'm enjoying how much they're making all of these things link in, but also it's crushing my soul.
My mother's love was always inexplicably linked to kickball.
It feels like the parents are finding any reason to not like him.
I couldn't kick my way right into her heart.
The lyrics. But also, like, if you had a child that was capable of making ridiculous scientific inventions, wouldn't you also value that? I know I would.
The miracle! The claw grabbed the stuffed animal. It was mine! Then, like a knight of yore, I gallantly gave the prize to my beloved mother, who immediately turned around and gave it to my brother, Roger. I was crushed as I watched Roger
Wow.
take a big red marker and write his name on the toy. And then afterwards proceed to do the same to my mother, claiming both as his own and effectively shutting me out of the family dynamic.
Well, that's weird. My brother claimed my mother as his own. But like I said, it really seems like she's finding literally any excuse to just mess with it. It's like so intentional at this point. I'd actually just assumed that he was an only child, and maybe his parents were just awful people who hated the fact that they had a kid in general. But it's even more messed up that they seem capable of loving their kids. They adore Roger. They just hate him.
Hey, wait, where's my mother rabbit? Can somebody please get me out of this? Anyone? Hello?
Yeah, man, why not just have him sprayed in the face multiple times? I will say, though, that when it comes to, like, the rabbit from a hat trick, the part that's meant to be the wow factor is not the fact that it's a rabbit. It's not like if someone just went and summoned a skunk, I'd be like, well, that would have been impressive if it were a rabbit. It has to be a rabbit, nothing else.
See, during my teen years, I was very adept at hand shadows. It was great for entertaining at parties. And for me.
Oh, people are actually enjoying something you did.
His puppetry was garbage, but unfortunately, it was good enough for my Fräulein.
Oh, wow.
I lost her to a boy with bigger fingers, and I never did a shadow puppet again.
I don't like the sentence, I lost her to a boy with bigger fingers. That's not really something I enjoyed. That really sucks and all that, but why would you never do shadow puppetry again because of that? Especially when it's something you're clearly good at. Stick to it.
I still got no coordination.
He couldn't kick his way right into her heart.
Such a silly line, but I love it being sung so seriously. Also, who needs physical coordination when he can, like, seemingly invent or do anything? Who needs physical coordination when you are a god?
But it started me off on the greatest adventure of my life. I was heading to a golden land of opportunity, a land with a pioneering spirit which welcomed
Is this
misfits
how
like
he
me.
left?
But I ended up in America instead. I just knew it.
I feel like I should have seen that coming, but I didn't. I like the swift little change. So canonically, did he just accidentally end up in America and like leave his old life behind forever? I mean, I guess what would keep him there? There's nothing to compel him to return.
You see, my dating life has been a seemingly endless series of disappointments. And it all started at a drive-in movie. That brings you, Chucky. Okay, the coast is clear. You can come out now.
Yo, the drip though. Oh my god. Hold on a minute. That's Phineas's mum. Wait, this is where someone mentioned a fan theory that Phineas is Doofenshmirtz's kid. Is this where it comes from?
Come on, hop in.
Wings, you turkey.
You were listening to That's Wings You Turkey by King of Loud.
He's wearing a different outfit now. Did I miss that?
A happy robot likey what I hear. I just get it.
That's complete. He's wearing a different jacket.
What do it do?
Oh, turn it up! I love this song!
It's okay. I'd say it's in my top.
Am I going crazy? Why is it green and then hello? Okay. I'm losing my mind over here.
Makes me want to be a pop star.
Yeah, right. And I'm going to rule the world.
Damn, dude, why is he an asshole?
I just plug this in here and voila. I am a clever robot. Bing bong, bing boing.
Stop making me cringe, Doofenshmirtz.
Huh. So, can we hold hands now?
Take me home.
Fine, get in the bag. And I never saw her again.
Get in the back. Wait, he literally just ended that by saying, and I never saw her again. So where's this fan theory coming from? We just saw their whole interaction and she's like, take me home. I don't think she's gonna be up for some, you know, sussy times after that. And if they never hung again, then there's no other opportunities. I'm calling...
But did they hang before that? Spanner in the works.
You're right, though.
I always had so much fun, though the one who advised me openly despised me.
Singing to Perry. Perry is so unimpressed.
Well, I wanted a mentor to share my worldview, but I got a tormentor. I was hated, it's true.
Does he think that the things he's saying sound happy? I'm not sure. Is he in denial about what he's been through?
I decided to devote my life to poetry instead. The movies are gray.
The goatee.
The TV is black. The horses are running. Please bring me some food. Yet curiously, I still lost to a baking soda.
Stop it, what's with the baking soda volcanoes?
I rushed across the street to get my brother Roger.
I need to see it.
Of his favorite meal. A sloppy Joe, greasy french fries with ketchup, grape juice, coffee, and chocolate pudding. But I insisted...
Or is he gonna take credit for it? Oh my god.
That day, I made a solemn vow that Roger would pay for what he'd done.
Like, okay, Roger does seem like a bit of a dick, but that wasn't something he did. Doofenshmirtz was literally pushing him into the painting.
I was sure that it was just a matter of time before the public would recognize our superior quality.
How do you know when you're really lame?
When you sell bratwurst.
I'll be honest, I don't think I'd buy sausage from a guy standing on the sidewalk. But that's just me. However, sticking with the trend of Doofenshmirtz having incredible style and drip. Look at that hat. Gimme the sausage hat.
The real estate agent had already shown me hundreds of other places within my budget, but none of them were acceptable. That is until he showed me this magnificent building.
At this point, I wouldn't be shocked if it was canon that he lived in a porta potty. That just sounds right. If someone told me that, I would immediately believe it.
All night long, foghorns from passing ships would sound. I couldn't understand why all these ships were there until one day I turned my neck to the right, about 45 degrees, and there, I saw it, the Danville Lighthouse. It was attracting the ships like moths.
The idea of ships converging on a lighthouse because they're attracted to the light is something I feel like I would invent in the middle of a fever dream. What the hell?
I remember when this picture...
What's this panda? I need context for some things.
That was Perry's replacement.
Perry the panda. Panda the platypus.
There was someone hiding behind the mailbox.
Okay.
I had a nemesis.
Oh. Is that how Perry and him met? Their first interaction?
But now I think that someone's gonna get in my way. Yeah, there's some...
What's this cute sitcom intro sound?
Now I hate him and he hates me. What a wonderful...
Okay, so are they friends? Or does Doofenshmirtz just think they're friends? Perry didn't look that mad. I guess, never mind. Never mind, he looks very mad. my bad. He'd be glaring.
Now I have someone to oppose. Yes, I have a
Oh, Doofy's having so much fun.
Ooh, my nemesis.
I forgot what comes after the bridge.
Well, that last one was also thoroughly depressing, because it seems like the only friend that Doofenshmirtz genuinely considers that he has is not really his friend. Although I would love for some development over the series. Oh my god, if it ended with like Doofenshmirtz and Perry like actually being friends, I think my little heart would melt. I couldn't take that. But yeah, what a wonderful, fun, lovely, happy childhood. I see nothing of note, nothing to complain about in the slightest, and I'm so happy for him, and I'm so glad I watched this, because I don't feel sad at all. I mean, I stand by the fact that it doesn't justify him being, you know, an evil overlord, but it definitely sheds some light on his development and his character motivation. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to click that like button, and as always, have an awesome time until I see you next. See ya.